What's going on, YouTube gang? Today we'll be going over the ultimate guide for the Commander Shepard build in Starfield. I'll be breaking the build up into 6 categories, which include creation, background and traits, weapons and armors, ship builds, factions, and skills and attributes. Let's get active. Okay gang, so I'm excited to get into this build as Shepard is one of my favorite characters of video games, period. Facts. And if you've never heard of Commander Shepard, I suggest you go play Mass Effect immediately, the whole trilogy. Every game is amazing, and you get a good sense of how the character is, so you would understand more of the build. But to be honest, Shepard is just him. Like, there's no other way to put it. He's just him.
You know, for a bunch of cheap touristy crap, your prices are pretty high.
I am sorry you feel that way. There are many stores on the Citadel. Perhaps another would be more in your price range.
Hey, everyone! This store discriminates against the poor.
Daddy, chill.
As an apology, I'll let you have my station employee discount. Is that acceptable?
Well, alright. But you still hurt my feelings.
Alright gang, so you know it's only right. I gotta have the Mass Effect music in the intro. It's just not right without it. So let's hit that. Beautiful. This is a mod for the PC users who really want to get that Mass Effect vibe into the Starfield experience. I just figured I'd throw that in there, you know, cause shits and giggles. So let's get started with our first category of the build, which is customization and background. When it comes to customization, you can be very flexible with the appearance of your Shepard, as the player could choose and customize their look for Shepard in the Mass Effect series. This includes a male and female version of the character, so this leaves you with your own personal decision. You could either customize them or go with the default look, which is the route I'll be going for this video. I created a character that resembles the OG look of Shepard. You can even get extra and try to recreate facial scars, like the Renegade Shepard, you know, because that's lit. This took me, like, no lie, like an hour to try to get a character that resembles Shepard, but I think it came out pretty good. I mean, pretty good. Can't spell for shit. There you go. The fuck?
What the fuck? Yeah!
A few moments later.
Okay, so I had to go back and recreate my Shepard all over again. Took about another hour, and I think I'm pretty close to my Shepard inspired character right now. I mean, look, they're basically twins. I mean, if you think otherwise.
Hey, shut your mouth.
Okay, so when it comes to background for the Shepard build, the soldier is the one I recommend, as it correlates best with Shepard's actual background, and the starting stats with this background are key for the build, giving you more stamina, projectile damage, and mobility off rip. When it comes to traits for this build, I go for Alien DNA, Hero Worshipper, and United Colonies Native. Alien DNA is a trait that goes well with this build because Shepard himself is actually enhanced with cybernetics in the sequel of the series, and starting off the playthrough with extra health and stamina is a W. Hero Worshipper is perfect for this build because, I mean, who doesn't want to see this face and be praised 24/7? Like, come on.
People say I need more hobbies. Writing about you, thinking about you, talking about you. That's 3 right there.
But it's actually pretty accurate as Shepard has many fans of his own.
If true, you told Admiral Hackett to abandon the Destiny Ascension, sacrificing nearly...
I've had enough of your disingenuous assertions. I wish I'd done that the first time we met.
United Colonies is a good fit for this build as this is the faction you'll be most tied with. More on that later, but this choice makes the most sense for a Shepard build as it mirrors his military background in Mass Effect. Okay gang, so when it comes to weapons, the Shepard build will remain consistent with the character's weapon class in Mass Effect. In that game, the default Shepard has specialized skills in all weaponry with the soldier class, but the assault rifle and sniper class are standouts and will be very useful in a Starfield playthrough. The assault rifle comes in clutch for close range dogfights and allows you to dump out that projectile damage. The sniper weapon works hand in hand with the assault rifle as you can mark off enemies early from a distance and weaken others right before you swoop in with your boost pack and dump that heavy damage straight to your targets. It's an effective playstyle and removes the need for reloads right away, as you can easily switch from your scoped weapon to your assault weapon without delay. There are some good options for assault rifles and scoped rifles that you could obtain early on in the game, and keep in mind that you'll find higher level versions of these guns as you progress through the game, allowing for an increase in stats. When it comes to clothing, you have a lot of options, as Shepard himself is known to have that drip on him. I mean, like, sheesh. There's a bunch of clothes that look like they could come straight out the Mass Effect universe, so I just go with those. When it comes to spacesuits, by far the best option is the N7 armor you could get off Nexus. Like, Jesus, this armor is sexy. And the best armor mod out so far, so I would cop that if you can. But for my non-PC users, I recommend the Mark 1 suit, helmet, and booster pack. This is somewhat of a modified version of the Constellation suit, but with way better stats, especially once you start applying those mods later on that. The suit also just looks great and resembles a Mass Effect-esque armor, so there you go. The armor can be found in the lodge in the storage area of the basement. You just have to use the little corner trick to get the suit out of the glass. If you need a tutorial on how to use that trick, there's plenty of YouTube videos, so just go check those out. When it comes to modifications for your weapons and armors, I suggest you max out certain skills I'll go over later that give you access to these useful mods. These are the ones I suggest for these weapons and armors. I'd also like to note that adding special ammo types would be a good option, as they could cause more damage and are similar to special mods and rounds of Mass Effect. Look at that, Sonny. You're role-playing. Next off, we have shipbuilding, which in my opinion is top tier in Starfield. I waste hours just modifying ships alone. So for this build, I suggest building a ship that resembles the Normandy for maximum immersiveness. There's plenty of guides you can follow on YouTube to recreate this build if you're lazy and don't want to put in the work yourself.
I didn't do fucking shit. I didn't rig shit. I didn't fucking do this. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about any of this.
But otherwise, you can get creative like I did and just create your own personal version of the ship. I mean, look at that masterpiece. Beautiful. When it comes to factions, the Shepard build will fit best with the UC factions, as stated earlier, and it's the faction most similar to the faction that Mass Effect Shepard is part of, so there you go. But being a part of the Constellation is also a good move, as Shepard is a bit of an explorer himself and is too often looking to solve the mysteries of the universe. So
Yeah, boy.
now with the final category, it's all about bringing it all together, buddy. All together. Mixing all these skills and attributes will build you into the ultimate soldier, because that's what you want to be, right? Right? Let's start off with the combat tree, focusing number 1 on ballistic weapon damage. As stated before, this is key for that close range combat and will rip your enemies to shreds at point blank range. Sniper certification will assist in those long range shots that set up your assault, so focus on getting points into this tree. That 50% damage will be super clutch when taking on tough enemies and weakening them before diving in for that close range attack. Rapid reloading is a good skill to invest in, specifically for when you need to quickly reload at that close range position, but it's not necessary to put all your points into this tree. I suggest just getting that rank 1, as the build focuses on ballistic anyways. Marksman is a good skill to pair up with the sniper certification, as it improves on that crit damage when hitting long range shots. Armor penetration is a good skill to invest in with the assault rifle playstyle, as you get that damage dumping effect as you rip through enemy shields with ease. Sharpshooting can be helpful if you're a precision shooter and like to go for those headshots, but I'd say it's more optional. Either way, it will mix well with the extra crit skills, so if you have extra skill points, go all in, fuck it. When it comes to science, the most important trees to invest in are spacesuit design, weapon engineering, and research methods, as all 3 are needed to apply the mods that we spoke on earlier. Research methods is clutch because it will often skip some research, giving you instant access to some of the mods. There are also important skills to invest in, but definitely for the late game, because you want to make sure to invest in your combat tree first. The mods are kind of like an icing on the cake, you feel me? For the tech section, the most important tree to invest in is your booster pack, as it makes you more agile and allows for you to take advantage of the playstyle. This allows you to easily boost from your sniper position to your assault position in seconds, which is clutch. You could also double your booster effectiveness with tech boost assault training, which gives you special abilities, while boosting that makes you more dangerous during combat. Bullet time being one of the highlights. This is actually a similar skill in the soldier build in Mass Effect, so it works out. When it comes to social, this is kind of up to you, but as is the case in Mass Effect, having skill points towards your persuasion and intimidation make every conversation more interesting. It can potentially create new experiences and options you would have not seen otherwise. Leadership and ship command are also some good skills to invest in the later game. If you want a big crew going on adventures with you and want to maximize their skills, then drop some points in there. But I mean, hey, this is the Shepard build, so of course you do. When it comes to physical, fitness, wellness, and pain tolerance are key to give your character a little more tankiness, as it will be needed when you're jumping into close combat with high level enemies. And little spoiler alert, but you're able to have abilities in Starfield, and you're also able to have abilities in Mass Effect. So if you want, you could use some of the powers that you get in the game and kind of roleplay in that way as well. But with all that combined together, you have yourself the ultimate Commander Shepard build, and you'll be ready to take on Starfield. I had fun creating this build, and I hope to create some more interesting builds, so if you'd like to see that, tune in and drop a comment on some other builds you'd like to see me do. But for now, I'm out.